Hey guys, today we're going to be exploring some risks that are associated with backcountry backpacking. So, backcountry backpacking is an activity where you leave the more populated areas and head out overnight or on multi day hikes with all your gear carried in a pack on your back. Now, besides enjoying the beautiful scenery and hiking through the wilderness terrain, some other activities that may come with backpacking would be setting up camp, making fires, pumping or treating water for drinking, and also you'll have to learn how to build fires and make delicious backcountry meals. Also, some other things that you'll have to do will be like things with navigation, so reading a compass, reading a map, maybe even using a GPS device, depending on what you want to do, I guess. And it's a really great experience to get in touch with nature and to challenge yourself to live without the luxuries of our urban lives that we live in every day. However, before you jump up and throw in a pack, you should definitely be aware of the associated risks with backcountry backpacking. Backcountry backpacking, I've come up with 7 categories of risks that can occur when backpacking, and these include water, gravity, high altitudes, weather, animals, yourself, and the terrain. So for number 1, with water, the associated risks that come with water may be the obvious ones, such as drowning, flash floods, and these occur when and if you're on on your route you come across like a river, or you're hiking close or beside like a body of water. It could be even a shallow body of water, or even like a bridge going across a shallow body of water. These are all risks that can risk drowning or flash floods. So, you could easily slip into the water for any reason, and this can cause you to drown. So when you're crossing these rivers and stuff, really make sure that you remember to like unclip your pack when crossing these bodies of water, because your pack is very heavy, and if you fall into the water, it can be difficult to get up, and you want to have those unclipped so you can make an easy escape. So some other risks, and most people wouldn't think of associated with water, would be dehydration and hypothermia. But these are very severe conditions that can lead to, like, dehydration can lead to seizures, brain swelling. It can lead to like severe muscle cramps and even death if not treated. And it's very easy to forget to drink water when you're out there because you don't have a tap to go to, and just fill up your water bottles wherever you are. So a good rule of thumb is to carry 2 water bottles and have them full all the time. And also strap them to the outside of your pack so that so when you take breaks and stuff, you're reminded to drink it. You can, it's staring you in the face. And hypothermia can happen when you fall into some water, you don't have dry clothes, it's a cold day, it's a cold night or whatever, you're still in wet clothes, and it can sneak up on you, especially if you're in colder weather, or hiking or backpacking in the colder months, like in fall, winter months, even early spring. These can be this can be a very fatal thing. Number 2, gravity. So injuries associated with gravity are fall inflicted. If you could potentially sprain, break, or cut your body, which could make it very difficult to hike. Gravity can also cause land or rock slides. It can cause trees to fall. And if you're in the way of any of these events happening, like it can seriously injure you or even cause death. It can also, cause you to change route. So maybe a landslide or a rock slide or a tree falls in your path, you can't get around it. Now you have to go off your trail to find a way around this. it puts you back a day or two. Now you're out of supplies and you're still in the woods by the next day. So these are some very potential factors that can happen and really make a difference in how your trip plays out. So number 3, depending on where you're hiking, high altitudes can cause a lack of oxygen to the body. So pre-existing health issues can be heightened by this, which can lead to heart attacks. So before going on a trip, ask your doctor if you have any pre-existing health issues or concerns. Okay, so weather is unpredictable. We all know this. The news never knows what's going on, right? It says sunny one day, you wake up and it's raining, So this makes it a very big risk when you're out there. High winds, freezing rains, extreme heat waves, all of these weather conditions can heighten other risks that we've already talked about, such as dehydration in a heat wave, hypothermia with freezing rain, and high winds can cause lots of fallen trees to happen. So it's very dangerous to be out there hiking in high winds. And also high winds can also cause your gear to blow away if it's not tied down or in your tent or anything proper. And then you'll be without supplies for for however long you are out there for, which is not ideal. So number 5 is animals. So animals, the obvious risk that most people think about is being attacked by either bears or cougars or other creatures out there. And if attacked, it can cause severe bleeding, broken bones, or even death. But it is not really a common risk. However, animals should be treated with respect. Keep your distance, and if you need to, it is a good idea to carry some sort of pepper spray or a noise maker. Another threat that a lot of people don't really think about is food. So if you don't store your food properly, animals will find it. They'll probably eat or destroy most of it, which will leave you without food for however long your trip will be, and could lead to starvation. So number 6 is yourself. So you are probably one of your biggest risks out there. One, meaning being your ego. So you can think that you're gonna get this really cool picture for your social media, and it's at the top of this pine tree over a waterfall. The risks associated with that are very clear: falling, drowning, all those things can be very risky activities to be participating in when you're out there. So you have to be very cautious and really think about is this worth the risk? Is the reward going to give you more of a is it worth it? Is the reward worth the risk? So yeah. Another one is getting lost. If you read a map wrong, if you decide you're going to take a shortcut or something like that and go off course, then that can put a couple more days onto your hike, which can be an issue because you only packed for so many days, and then you're out there longer because you decided to take a shortcut, or you read the map wrong. So that can be a high risk, and risk all those things that we talked about: starvation, dehydration, if your clothes are wet and you're out there for an extra day or whatever, you can really risk hypothermia. So these are so big losses, I guess you could say. And then number 7, last but not least, obviously the terrain. So in the backcountry, you're not going to find any paved paths or handles or railings or anything. So the trails are mostly made up of rocks and roots and cliffs and valleys. And it is really easy, to slip, trip, roll, and risk injuries such as breaking, spraining, cutting your legs or arms, etc. So having the best equipment and good shoes is like very crucial for this. So, you know, wrapping it up here, backcountry overnight hiking is an activity and it can be very, very rewarding, but you have to remember that when participating in it, that the activity that you make, like, you know, respect the elements, be prepared, and don't let your ego get in the way. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today on the risks of backcountry backpacking. Have a good one, guys.